Hi there. We all know who I am. If you're new to my channel, I'm Cherryberry48. I'm here for people and animals and all things witchy. Hope you can hear me. I found some new music on Google that is non-copyrighted, and I am trying to make a phone case following this woman on YouTube, but you can't see what I'm doing because I sit you in an ashtray. So if I bend it, because it's not on a tripod, if I bend it to show you what I'm doing, it'll fall to its death. So I'll try to keep this in focus. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm making this side a little bit square and this side a little bit round because I messed up. Okay. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to show you, to share with you. The music has stopped. And I'm going to have to go into something to make it loop. This is why I don't vlog ever. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now it should loop, and it should get on my nerves soon. Okay. I've got lots to say. I don't know where to start. I've got lots of things to show you, but I just can't get in the groove of it. It's like I start, lining things up. I've got many things to show you, many things to say, and as soon as I start, I'm like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. And if it's too dark, it's because the lamp is behind the phone. And I cannot believe that I'm using my actual phone instead of the gaming phone. I put my gaming phone up because it was acting wonky. And I'll try to keep up with, the little tiny dot looking at, because people will think that I'm looking at them, that I'm looking at myself. It's so gorgeous. No. The reason why I have to look at the monitor is because I'm making sure that the camera didn't freeze up, turn off, because it's done this to me many times. I had it to where one time it totally turned off. The whole phone just turned off. So I had to go in there and reset all of everything, saying don't shut it off ever. So let's see if this works. Anyway, I have a lot to show you, share with you, and tell you. But I'm telling everybody just to do it, just like Nike. But for some reason, I can't take my own advice. And I know there's a lot of you out there in that same situation where you can't take your own advice. Well, that's me. Oh. I hope that is going to restart here. Alright. And I've been trying to get some new teeth in my mouth. And it's like, there's some people that want billions of dollars up front. And I've tried to go to Dental Works. And sure, they say, oh, you get a certain mouth or something for so much money a month. No. When you actually call them up and you actually talk to somebody, it's a lot of red tape to go through. And they're like, oh, well, if you want a good smile, then you have to put down some cash. Well, I guess I'll be Pumpkinhead. Anyway. Oh my God. I have an itch on my back. And having bad shoulders, I really can't itch my back. Boy, I'm getting old quick. Here I'm like, oh, I don't mind if I get old. Yeah, I do. I'd creak and groan and moan in the morning, and I'm not having morning sex, so that's me getting up out of bed. It's like I'm on an exercise program of my own that I exercise 20 minutes a day in the morning before I take my medicine or anything else. And then when I take my medicine, it's like 30 minutes later, I can possibly get a cup of coffee in, then I'm out like a light. Because I'm on muscle relaxers. And my throat gets a lot drier than normal. So I have to keep on drinking water and all this other, and I'm thinking, I have no business making a YouTube video. But I want to be in with the in crowd. Always have. Always have. And like, I have so much to show and everything. I'm thinking, why can't I just do it? Like right now, I just turn on the camera, grab my yarn, turn on the Google Beats, and I'm making a video. Whether or not it gets posted, I don't know. Because I have made several videos this past week. None of them got uploaded, so all of them got deleted. Because I look at myself, I'm like, this is not an old woman's world. This is a young girl's world, or young male's world. And I'm like, I've been bullied all my life, okay, since forever. And I really don't know how to take charge of my own life. So when, when I do a video and stuff, and I'm thinking, somebody out there is going to bully me, and I do not want it. They're not ready for me to come up out of my shell. But I allow it to happen. And I don't mean to. Not one bit. I don't mean to be, well, I'm going to be a doormat today and for the rest of my life. Okay. At the end of 6th grade, 7th grade. It was at the end of 7th grade. This one boy was going around with this little voice recorder, and he was wanting to know who was who, what you're going to be in life, and all this other. Well, I had something good planned. I was going to be a doctor, a journalist, stuff like that. But when he came around to it and came to me, you know what I said? I am no one. I was nervous. I didn't know what to say. I felt like I was under pressure. And he's like, really? That's what you want to say? Yeah, whatever, never mind. Well, of course, people picked on me about that. I am no one. So, like, my first year of high school, they found out because everybody from my grade school went to high school with me, and they found out my locker, so they wrote, I am no one. Here lies no one. Well, I was like, I'm not going to be bullied in this school. And I went in to tell the principal. And I was like, look what somebody did to my locker. And they said, do you know who? I said, I have an idea who. I named them. They got called to the office. And they said, what purpose is this of you writing this on her locker? They had nerve to say, back in 7th grade, when this boy was walking around with a handheld recorder, that I, spoke into there, said, I am no one. So the principal is like, so in other words, you told on yourself and you just found out that that's what you needed to do. And they said, yeah. And the principal goes, I think you need us in-school suspension, washing out every locker that is vacant, and scrub all the toilets and everything, and wash off that marker, paint, whatever, off of her locker, and a written apology and all this other. Well, they did most of it. They wrote me an apology, but when I went home, they came to my house calling me out, calling me a wuss and every kind of name under the sun, calling me out of my house. And I was like, not coming out. And I leaned out the window and said, what do you want? We got a score to settle. And I was like, oh, you do? What? Because I told on you all, which I didn't mention nobody's names, and you all said what happened in 7th grade, so you told on yourself, and you want me to come out and settle a score with you all? Are you kidding me? They're like, yeah. Bitches? Oh my God, bitches. They were so mean. And they're throwing rocks up at my house. And I was like, you know what? I'm calling the law. I don't care. Call law. Well, thank God the across the street bar saw them. And he's an ex-cop. So he goes up behind them. He locks 3 of them, well, let's see, 2 of them together in handcuffs, and snapped another pair of handcuffs on let's see, there was 3 of them, so yeah, he pinned all three girls together with handcuffs. And he goes, do you want me to take these girls down to... They were in shock. The faces were like... And I was laughing. I was laughing to myself. And they said, do you want me to go book these girls, take them down, and throw them in juvie? I said, I don't care what you do with them. You can throw them in a pit of hell for all I care. I said, you ever come messing with me or messing with me in school or anything? I said, this man here and his buddies will take care of all of you. But, and then he's like, I don't care, but nothing. So his buddies got patrolled in, and they was like, they put him in the police station, the police car. They took him downtown. It was so funny. I was like, oh my God, that's just so funny. I was laughing my ass off because they're bullies. Bully bitches, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being bullied by bitches. I'm tired of being bullied by anybody. And I say, ain't nobody gonna bully me anymore. Well, come that Monday, the parents of them girls were at school. And they gave me a what for. Don't you know that going on saying, what's your problem putting my girls in jail? I said, tell your girls, ask your girls what they done to me my whole life. Ask them. And they're like, well, tell me. Mom, we don't know what she's talking about. Oh, thank God that the principal was on my side. And he was like, no. He took pictures of it, and he was like, this is what they wrote on her locker. And then she goes, why would they do that? You must have taken them off. I said, tell them. Tell your parents what you done to me in 7th grade. Tell what happened. Go ahead. Well, you see, such and such went around with his handheld microphone and was filming everybody, wanted to know what everybody was going to be when they grow up, and I was, graduate from high school and graduate 8th grade, and what are they going to do, and blah, blah, blah. And come down to her, she says, I am no one. So that's what we wrote on her locker. We figure we let everybody know that she is no one. And that gives you a reason to go to her house and throw rocks and everything. So, that was the end of them girls. They got transferred to another school real quick. And I couldn't have been happier. I was like, oh, thank God, thank God. Like, you're going to get transferred out of here. And that going on. And then they're coming to me. The parents, I am so sorry, darling. I didn't mean for this to happen. I did not know. If you would have told me when back in the day, this would never have proceeded to happen. I said, whatever, just get your girls out of my face. And they were transferred out of that school. And I was like, oh my God, I can breathe. But then, it was my freshman year, in the middle of my sophomore year, and I was doing so good in school. And then I fell out of the moving L train. So that set me back a year. 2 years, actually. And then I finally went back to school, to another school for help children with disabilities, learning disabilities and stuff. Well, that school had kids with learning disabilities. Yeah, but it was also chock full of gangs. So because my colors are always black t-shirts and blue jeans, not affiliated with any gang or anything like that. I just grew up liking black t-shirts and blue jeans. They swore up and down that I was a gang member, and they got their gang members after me, and it was a big thing again. I was like, I can't catch a break, can I? Well, I didn't want to get bullied from all the gang members, so I was like, I said, Mom, I called up my mom. I said, Mom, make that phone call. She says, why, what's going on? I said, you just make that phone call. She knew what phone call to make. And I had no doubt in my mind that my mom made that phone call. And I seen them all lining up. My motorcycle gang family, and they had my back. And I was coming out. They sent their girl in, okay? They sent their daughter in. So her mom told what I was wearing so she could locate me real fast. And she goes, because it was like right after lunch, so I only had like two more classes to go through. And they're all lining up because you can hear them. Okay, you just know it. So the girl goes, come here. And I was like, who are you? She's, I'm such and such baby girl. And they're all outside. So you have nothing to worry about. If you want to ride home with us, you can. You want to stick around and see it, you can. But she says, don't even worry about nothing. We got this, girl. I said, good. I said, I'm so glad, you know. Yeah, your mom told us everything. Just walk out front and just go on home. Okay. Well, I did. And they all gave me a nod of appreciation and respect and stuff. And I went on home. Walked down the street and I heard the gangs getting their chains and pipes and everything, you know, and they're walking around the school and they're like coming out this way, you know, like coming out this way and coming around the front because that's where I was supposed to be at. Well, all those gang members got what they deserved and they were all bye-bye. There was a couple that stayed in school because they wanted to. Well, the bikers said, if I hear of anybody messing with that girl again, you know, me, there's going to be worse. So, it wasn't the adults, it was the kids on kids. So, they're like, oh, but she's this, and no, she's not. Because they told me everything what happened. They all came to my house, to the backyard. They lined up in the alley. And, they told me everything. They said, you will not be hassled anymore in school at any cost. I said, what did you do? That's not for us to discuss. That is for you to find out at a later time. And I said, oh my God, I said, thank you so much. I said, you just don't know, man. I'm so tired of being bullied. I'm just sick of it. I said, you don't have to worry about that no more. You can go to school for the remaining of your time. Finish out everything. And you have no worries. I said, not at all. I said, nope. Not even if we go to Florida. That's if that's where they went. If we go to Florida, wherever, you will not be touched. That's a promise. Okay. I said, one thing. I said, you didn't kill anybody. No. We gave him good talking to. Roughed up the few that needed to be roughed up. And that was that. I was like, I am so internally grateful and forever grateful. So we threw a barbecue in their honor. And then come the next week, when I went to school, there was crowds of people in the hallway. And they went, they're all like this. As soon as I come in, they're, and they didn't even look at me. They're like, pretending like they're getting in their lockers and stuff. And not a smirk, not a whisper, nothing. So from my sophomore year all the way up until my senior year, I had it made in the shade. And there was a few of them in the audience that came to my graduation to make sure. They didn't know it. And most of the gangs, they had gone. There was a few that were kind of roughed up. So I was like, that's what they get. That you don't mess with me and think you're going to get away with it. So I graduated, and they, I had more points than a valedictorian, and they wanted me to be a valedictorian. I was like, no. I said, my life begins in Tennessee. I said, I don't want that. I don't want that at all, because I don't want to take the valedictorian's already spot. I didn't want to do it. So they're like, are you sure? Because you can go places and do stuff. I said, I want to start my life in Tennessee. I said, that's where my mom's at. That's where, because, she's already come down here. She already came down here before I did, so I can graduate. So, and she couldn't come back here. I mean, she couldn't go back up north to see me graduate. Somebody was there with a video camera, and they sent me with the videotape. And I left my high heels on the stage. So I walked across the stage in them. And I took my heels. And I said, these will go in the Hall of Fame. I said, I don't want them anymore. They're a part of my past, and I don't need my past. And I got my diploma. And my mom had sent a Greyhound bus to come pick me up in front of the school that night. And they were out there waiting for me. They weren't going to leave. I was the only one on that bus going all the way down to Chicago. Going all the way down to Tennessee from Chicago. Yeah. But yeah. My mom told me what was going to happen. She goes, so you hop on that bus and you come on down here. I said, I'm going to. Of course, everybody cheered and clapped, saying, thank God she's gone. And all my teachers were like, we're going to miss you. Sorry you had a bad experience here and all this other. And I had a great time. So, I had my diploma. And whatever I had my clothes on my back. No shoes though. I came into Tennessee shoeless because I left my heels on the stage. And it took 8.5 hours. No. It took 16 hours because you had to stop and stuff. So, so it took quite a while, you know. I came here, let's see, it was 10 o'clock when I left, 10 o'clock in the night. It was around 9:30-ish when I came rolling into Tennessee. And my mom had my sister and her husband at the time come and meet me at the bus station. And first thing she said, where are your shoes? I said, I left them on the stage back in Chicago. She said, oh my God. So they took me to a shoe store. Can't remember what it was, but it took me to a shoe store and bought me a pair of shoes. And she goes, I don't want Mom thinking that you came in here with no shoes on. So you were walking around changing buses and everything with no shoes. I'm like, yeah? I said, I was not going to wear heels all them times. Well, why didn't you get a change of clothes? I'm like, what was the point? I didn't want no more part of Chicago. And all them clothes, the clothes on my back, is all I had. So, my mom, I told her that what happened. And Silly bought me some shoes, and my sister, she goes, oh my God, I can't believe you done that and didn't have no change of clothes. I was like, no, pretty much all my clothes were down here in the South anyway. So after I come here, I changed my clothes and I put my own kind of shoes on, which I still had the same shoes that my sister got me, but I wanted to wear my shoes. And I just put all them clothes that I came from Chicago in a barrel and set them on fire. I didn't want no Chicago stuff. So I've been here for 29 years. And I don't care how many people hate me here in the South. They always say, go back where you came from. I came basically from my dad, so he's dead, so it's kind of hard to do. Yeah. And so there you go. And I have done this much in the length of time that I've been yapping, 35 minutes. Remember, it was like a little short. Well, there you go. Alright. I think I'm going to end this because I have some stuff to do tonight, and when stuff starts coming in and make a video of it, I'm not going to be a flexer. I'm not trying to show off what I got, rub it in anybody's face. This is my earned money. I earned this money myself, so I bought this stuff with my own money. There you have it. So, we're done. Have fun. See you later. Bye.